So it's been awesome. What we've talked about so far is really what's going on within you, right? All of the trip-ups and hang-ups and your purpose and your passions and your whys and all of those really critical, crucial things that keep us paralyzed within our own selves, right? So I think we've really done a deep dive there. Where we're going to take this portion of the Confident Leadership Conference is going into the external a little bit more. How are you showing up? How are you being received? What does that look like? Okay? That's how you speak your value, because it's one thing to figure it out inside, and that's beyond necessary, right? I'm going to say that that's about 80% of it, is that doing the self-work and figuring all that out. And then there's that part of it, well, once you do that, what do you say? How does that come out? How does that come across? What does that look like? What does that sound like? So that's what we're going to be talking about. So in true presentation style, I like to tell you what I'm going to tell you, then I'll tell you, and then if we can remember at the end, I'll tell you what I told you, which I never remember at the end, but that's fine. So it's all good. So we're going to talk about the number one mistakes we make stepping into leadership conversations, what the 8 languages of money are, what each money language looks like to others, right? We'll talk about what they are so you'll have an idea within yourself, but we'll also look at what does that look like to others. How may it be holding you back from advancing in leadership or earning more money? And how to tweak, not to work. Not doing that, that's not what this class is. How to tweak your conversations and speak your value in their money language. So it's one thing to know your own, and many of you do, which is awesome. Shout out to my nurturers. So it's really important that you know yourself, you know your money language, you know what's going on within you, which we've talked about a lot this morning, right? But it's what we're also going to be talking about is how does that show up and how do you see that in others? So, wee bit about me. I'll start with what I'm not. I'm not a salesperson. I just happen to teach sales. That's my thing that I do. I teach you how to close clients quickly. So why am I not a salesperson? So my career, I grew up in retail. I worked in stores. I went on the corporate side. I was in wholesale. I was launching shoe lines. I was building senior leadership teams, putting corporate growth strategies together, executing sales and marketing plans. Favorite experiences, I took a territory from 300,000 to 1.2 million in 6 months. Placed senior leaders, C-level executives that had wildly phenomenal successes within their companies. So it was kind of like I got to place them and then watch it just catapult and explode. Within my business, I started that in 2011. I broke the baby in a business in the same year. Because what else do you do? Find out you're pregnant. What did I say the other day? I said you take an EPT and then you get an LLC, right? So all of these jobs that I had, you know, it was kind of like under a sales umbrella in some respect, but it never felt salesy to me. And matter of fact, when I would get my KPIs, my key performance indicators, we need to do this much or you need to hit this target, like it just never resonated with me. So I took the sales roles, but I was never financially motivated. Like that wasn't my thing. Just let me go out and knock it out of the park. So they were like, okay, Liz, you're not a salesperson. Fine, whatever you want to tell yourself. And then I would go sell and do my thing. But the word sales didn't resonate with me. What does that say?
I'm a Karen.
Do it yourself.
Karen. It says do it yourself.
Nurturer.
It's a nurturer, right? It could say that you're caring. It could say that you're nurturing.
Service.
It could say that you're service focused, right? Shifting it in a way that says I'm not this, because that has a negative connotation, to something that's more positive. Feels a little bit better to step into with confidence. Okay? We're not changing our qualities, changing the language around it. Okay? I'm going to try to step into IT world for a minute. Computer programming. I do code. I'm a dork. Our brains are computers, right? They're hardwired. Okay, so the words that we use, we're just programming our brains. Okay, so what we say, we're actually saying to ourselves 3 times. Because you're thinking it, then you're saying it, then you're hearing yourself say it. So that thought articulated is beyond powerful. So we need to be really careful with the labels that we're putting on ourselves, right? Because if we have a negative connotation, then that doesn't feel powerful and confident. But if we can shift it into something that resonates with us, we're embracing our own skill set a little bit more.